Doflamingo and Corazon, two of my favorite One Piece characters and genuinely my favorite dynamic in the entire series. One Piece has a lot of dynamics ranging from Luffy and Blackbeard, Zoro and Mihawk, Roger and Luffy, Akainu and Aokiji. I can list many more, but it'd be a waste of time honestly because Doflamingo and Corazon's dynamic is the best. And in today's video, I'll be doing my best to explain the relationship and the duality that comes with it. And hey, if you guys do enjoy these short One Piece analysis that are just straight to the point, let me know other scenes you'd like me to analyze that I can analyze in a short amount of time, or if you want longer analysis. Please let me know down in the comment section. It's always great to hear feedback from you guys. And with that out of the way, let's talk about the duality of Doflamingo and Corazon. Now let's first start with Doflamingo since he's the first important piece of the puzzle. Doflamingo and his family were living great thanks to his dad being a celestial dragon, but due to him retiring and wanting to live a normal life, this led to people deciding to take revenge for what the dragons have done to them, to Dofi and his family. Due to this, he went from living great and believing the people are inferior to him to being figuratively and literally brought down to the poor. Despite his father's reasoning, what happened still happened, and overall Doflamingo believed his father was in the wrong, which he had every right to. Had his father never given up that power and just loved being superior or just kept that power, none of this would have happened. And after killing his father, his next step is to reclaim that same power and gain even more. You can almost say he's inheriting what his father stood for in the past, or the nature of the celestial dragons. Now let's talk about the brother, or Dofi's opposite, Corazon. As I said, Doflamingo is a representation of inheriting nature and his father's past, while Corazon represents nurture and is inheriting what his father wanted in the end. Think about it, Doflamingo after his father's death would be sent into a downward spiral, while Corazon from his perspective was saved. After his father's death, he goes on to meet Sengoku, who would go on to treat him like his own son, and eventually he becomes a part of the Marines and is undercover against his own brother. When this is revealed, I think it's neat to point out how Corazon knew his brother morally was wrong, and although it's his brother, he knew that the best case scenario for the world is if Doflamingo wasn't in it. Despite being the same blood as Doflamingo and a celestial dragon, he shows how where you come from really doesn't matter, and people can go through change via socially. Also, Corazon having good intentions, but from Dofi's perspective looks like a traitor, similarly to how he viewed his father, was a cool little detail from the GOAT Oda. If you guys didn't get it from the video, I'll just state it outright. Dofi and Corazon's relationship is literally a prime example of nature versus nurture. Nature versus nurture is basically whether or not a human's behavior is determined by the environment or by a person's life or by personal genes. Doflamingo representing nature or taking what his previous relatives stood for, while Corazon represents nurture due to him being influenced and learning from another environment, or in this case, Sengoku. And while I'm here, I'll state this as well. Doflamingo and Corazon both learned the fact that blood does not matter, but it's interesting because they both learned this from each other. Doflamingo felt betrayed when Corazon betrayed him, but Corazon already felt betrayed from the moment Doflamingo killed his father. Bro, Oda's a genius. And you know what? I'm not even done. Let me finish this one piece of information and then I'm out of here. I already proved my point about how these two represent nature versus nurture and have quite a good duality, but before I leave, I would like to drive this point home with the nail in the coffin. Now stop for a second and look at their names. Doflamingo got the word flamingo, like an animal. Animals, when they are out in nature, go with what they believe or their natural instincts, which is what Dofi himself inherited. While Corazon is the Spanish term for heart, which is what changes when you undergo nurture. I'm telling y'all, Oda is a genius and y'all gotta stop downplaying him.